Hey everybody, Joe Gilder here from HomeStudioCorner.com, and about 6 months ago I did a tour of my home studio, and things have changed quite a bit, so I thought it would be good to do another tour. And I still have a lot of the same core components, but I'm in a house now, or in a different house, and I also have acoustic treatment and a few extra toys and things. So I figured, since I'm talking about studios all the time, I figure you may want to see what my studio looks like. So let me give you the tour. We're actually in the studio. We're going to come out this way and act like as if you're walking in. So, guest bedroom. That's where baby Gilder's going to go in a few months. And here is the studio. So there's mostly everything. We've got a few guitars, acoustic treatment all over the place. And we'll come in. Got mics still set up actually from Tracking Acoustics 2 days ago for a EP that I'm producing, and that's the overview. Now let's delve in, and I'll show you everything in here, give you the more detailed tour. But if you just want to see an overview, that's it. But let's come in here. Everything is obviously centered around recording, and particularly around Pro Tools. So here's the Digi003 control surface. It's very nice, and my computer is a 21-inch iMac, and actually use this little Alesis multi-mix mixer. That's how I do a lot of my videos for YouTube and for the production club and Mix With Us, those types of things. And still have the same monitors, still got the EX66s from M-Audio. But I've got monitor stands now, and I've got them a lot wider. If you remember the last studio tour, the monitors were to the left and to the right of my computer screen. And for one, they won't fit there anymore. And secondly, they were so close together it was hard to get a good stereo image. So there's mouse and keyboard. That's really it for the desk. The iMac is connected to this second monitor up here, which is nice. Sometimes I'll put my mix window up here, or maybe some plugins up here, and then have everything over here, just depending. But it's nice to have that extra screen real estate. As every good studio should have, a Rubik's Cube. I did not solve that. Thank you, Greg Bates. And here's something I emailed my newsletter list about a couple days ago. This is my studio rack. And if you'll notice, it's fairly simple, and it's wooden. This is from IKEA. So if you're not familiar with IKEA, just go to ikea.com, IKEA.com. They've got a lot of cool home furniture for your home, and most of it you put together yourself, and it's really cheap. This itself was 15 bucks, and it's actually a nightstand. So it's meant to go next to your bed. You can paint the wood, finish it how you want. But it just so happens to be exactly 19 inches across. So it's perfect for my rack gear. So I just went in and bought these rack ears, screwed those to the edges, and now I've got a place to put all my gear. So it's very cool. The rack ears cost me maybe 9 bucks. The whole unit itself was 15. So that's as cheap as any rack I can imagine, and it could probably fit looks like probably six rack spaces in there. So what do I have here? The same as last time. I've got the Furman power conditioner here on the bottom. Then I've got the Focusrite Trackmaster Pro. Just a nice simple preamp with a little bit of EQ. This is a mid-scoop EQ, so it's just a mid-cut EQ, but it's nice to have, and then some compression as well. And then I've also got this Alesis. This is a 3630 compressor, so it's 2 channels of compression and gating. Here's my Glyph hard drive, and a few extra hard drives, and headphones. These are my Sennheiser HD280 Pro headphones. Great for tracking, cost about 100 bucks. They have really good isolation. These pads are super comfortable, as you can see. And they cover the ear entirely, so really good for tracking. And then these are my newer headphones. These are the Sennheiser HD650s. And these are great. They're open headphones, so they're not closed. So they're not good for tracking, but they're really great for mixing. They've got a really nice response. They're really really clear from the low lows up to the highs. It's just got more bass response than you expect from headphones, and it's actually really accurate. I do a lot of mixing on these when I'm not quite sure if I'm hearing it right on these speakers. So very cool. Nice headphones. Open back headphones are always great. What next? Over here we've got my Midi controller. It doesn't get used a whole lot because I rather play guitar, but it's there, and I'll set it on the desk when I need it. Down here is my pedal board. This is new since the last tour. I've added a phaser. It's a MXR carbon copy. That's like an Ibanez phaser, I think. Carbon copy, and this is the Electro Harmonics Holy Grail Nano Reverb, and then this is the Tech 21 SansAmp Character Series Blonde pedal. So that basically sounds just like an amp, and I know you're thinking it doesn't sound like an amp. It really does. It's an analog pedal. Emulates a lot of different Fender amps. It's very cool. Over here for microphones, these are the two main ones that I use, and these are the same as before. That's the M-Audio Sputnik, which is a tube microphone, tube condenser. Over there on the floor there you see the power supply for it. And then this one here, if you can see, looks a lot the same, very similar. This is the M-Audio Luna, which is just a cheaper large diaphragm condenser. Sounds great, nice and clean. And those are my two go-to microphones. For guitars, this is the same as last time. This is my Taylor. This is a 314 CE Taylor cutaway with sapele wood on the back and sides. This is my really old mandolin. Only 2 strings work, but I still used it on my record. And this is the newest addition to the family. This is my Ibanez Artcore hollow body. So this is in their AS series of hollow body guitars, but I've always wanted a hollow body, and it's a great buy. It's really inexpensive. Sounds awesome. And I've still got the PRS SE guitar, but I like the hollow body a lot, so that may be going away. Let's see. The last thing, I guess, is Acoustic Treatment. What I have here, and you'll be seeing reviews of these on Home Studio Corner soon, between blog posts, video reviews, and the podcast. But these are all from the RLX Ruminator kit. So this is their Ruminator Kit 2 that comes with 4 bass traps, which are these guys in the corner. There's 2 there, and 2 up here, and then 2 more in the other corners, but I won't make you dizzy. And then the rest of the kit comes with a bunch of these panels. So here's a little lesson for acoustic treatment. My speakers are here, so I want to treat the wall behind the speakers to cut out any reflections off the wall, and then the walls directly to the left and right, so that I've got all the reflections treated. And then I had extra panels, so I put some over on this wall just to tame down the room when I record. I've got some on the ceiling there, a few more on that wall. And then you may remember from the last tour these panels here that I made, and these are, see if I can pull this up. I use these. Whoa, that's nice. I use these to block out noise from outside when I record. They work okay, but it's just a 2 foot by 2 foot ceiling tile that goes in the ceiling, and then I just glued little 1 foot by 1 foot pieces of foam to it. So that did not go how I planned it to go. And the only other thing are these guys, and these are kind of homemade gobos. It's just I think it's 2x4s with insulation inside and just wrapped in some sort of cloth. So I put them right here for just a little extra absorption around the guitar, and that's it. I've got 2 over there, and I've got 1 in this corner acting kind of as a bass trap. But that's it. That's the tour of my home studio. I know this video isn't probably the best. It's probably shaky. You're probably dizzy. And the lighting's not great. But this is me. This is where I work. This is where I get recordings done. This is where I recorded or finished mixing my album. And this is where I run Home Studio Corner. All that fun stuff. So I hope that was helpful. I know last time I did this, several of you posted tours of your own studio, and I'd love to see it because everybody's studio is so different, and it's really fascinating to see. So if you've got a camera, do a quick tour of your studio, post it on YouTube, and post a comment on Home Studio Corner on this blog post for this video, and link to that, and we'll all check it out as well. That's it for me. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you soon.